And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first race of the MFNPRA Coca-Cola Truck Series. If you are just noticing, we actually ended up having a problem. My computer ended up having to be put back to factory mode, and so everything that I had was lost for the MFNPRA. I apologize to them. Really sorry about that, but hopefully this series will be exciting enough to make up for it. We've only got 25 drivers this season, but I'm sure that's going to be more than enough for excitement here today at Daytona, race number 1. Let's give you a look at the starting lineup for today's race. It's going to be Jacob Lawler. He's on the pole. The outside is going to be, and forgive me if I say these names wrong, some of them I'm not familiar with, Zahor Manoud. I believe that's how you pronounce that name. Trent Dunham will start third alongside of Stephen Coy. John Dillon will start alongside of Ken Johnson. Then it's Corey Williams beside Matthew Rodriguez. And then Alex Ban alongside older brother Robert Ban. That's the top 10. Then it's Pichu London alongside of Kurt Gibson. Zach Hamlin will start beside of Jacob Rodriguez. Johnny Gardner alongside of Tom Weekly. Then it's Jack Richards and Callum Wales. Alex Filter alongside of Christian Johns. Mike Flanagan will line up alongside of Stephen Dillon. Then it's Jacob Cook, Sean Galligan, and Timmy Pacioli, the rest of the field here today at Daytona. Well, if you missed the signups, I really am sorry about that, but the 25 cars that we have here, 25 trucks rather, they're the only ones that are going to be here in the series because I'm having the season mode for these trucks. And one good thing about having the 25 trucks is the fact that at the shorter tracks such as Bristol and everything, no driver has to be left out. So, getting ready to open the first chapter of the MFNPRA Coca-Cola Truck Series season, and I would like to thank Trent the Hedgie for his amazing job on our new logo for the Coca-Cola Truck Series. It's an awesome looking logo, and we'll be using that for the rest of the season. So the cars will come out of turn 4, and they'll get the green flag. It'll be 20 laps of racing here today at Daytona, and we'll see just exactly who's going to be the best of the best here at this 2.5-mile super speedway. And one thing we're definitely going to be seeing, we saw it a lot in practice, is the 2-truck draft, and we'll see if that's going to happen here during the racing. It's Jacob Lawler to get us underway. Green flag is out, and the race has begun in the MFNPRA Coca-Cola Truck Series. Everybody moving left and right, trying to find their lines. Lawler with a big trunk full of, that'd be the 4-truck. And they almost got turned back there. The 5-car almost got turned there. That's Pichu London. Almost got turned by Jacob Rodriguez. Oh, Jacob Rodriguez gets turned there by one of the Team Tahoe trucks. I'm not sure which one. Oh, and there goes the 8-car into the fence. And Lawler is scraping the wall. John Dillon's going to squeak by. The caution is out. There's a wreck back there. Corey Williams all over the back of John Dillon, but looks like he's going to stay behind him coming down here to the caution flag. But my goodness. John Dillon will lead us under the caution flag ahead of Corey Williams. Let's see who's caught up in this. Looks like Ken Johnson's gotten a piece of it. There's Pichu London. There's Jacob Rodriguez. Oh, Zach Hamlin. Heavy damage to his 47. My goodness. Oh, and there's Tom Weekly as well. Big damage to the 11. Can't see it that well. You'll see it when he comes here with the next camera. Look at that. That whole front end is completely crunched up. Jack Richards is also on pit road. There's Zahor Manoud. He's got some damage there for that 8-truck. Looks like some possible damage to both the 88 of Alex Filter and maybe even the 14 of Christian Johns. And there is some front-end damage as well to Alex Banth's machine. Looks like those are the cars that are pretty much involved. And wait a minute, there's Timmy Pacioli. He's up to the 7th position. He started at the back. So did Galligan. I think they both made it through. Let's go back and see why we're under the caution flag, and then let's go on board with both Pacioli and Galligan. I think they made it through from starting in the back. Well, it's hard to see where the contact exactly starts back here. Let's see if we can get a look here. Jacob Rodriguez comes back up on the racetrack, but I don't think he causes the wreck. Right here, they're going to go 4 wide. Does Filter get into Jack Richards? Yes. And there you see Alex Ban and Pichu London. They get turned around in front of everybody. Filter does get turned there. And I think he does have some rear end damage to that number 88. Ooh. The 8 car just gets clipped there. Ooh, heavy damage for Ken Johnson. Robert Ban got a piece of that as well. Trying to see if anybody else gets a piece of it. Look at the 47 right there. Oh, man. And the 11 right into the 47. Flips him up over. And Jack Richards is upside down as well. And then Ken Johnson almost gets flipped upside down. And there you see some drivers making it by Alex Ban. There's one of them. 14 of Christian Johns, I believe, did get a piece of it. And there you see Alex Filter. Let's go on board with Timmy Pacioli. I think he made it through. Riding on board with Pacioli, let's see if he does indeed make it through this wreck. Whoa, oh my goodness, he did. He went from 25th to 7th, just like that. Let's go on board with his teammate, Sean Galligan. Galligan gonna pretty much do the exact same thing that his teammate Timmy Pacioli did. Except he has to really wool up and get down to that inside line. He follows right behind the 7 car of, name's escaping me right now. Who's that car just ahead of him? Ah, Johnny Gardner. How could I forget? Now we're about to go back under the green flag with John Dillon leading the way. Cars that retired as a result of this wreck included the cars of, looks like Zahor, Manood has retired. Also, Tom Weekly has retired. Also, the 47. Jack Richards is also retired, along with Ken Johnson. And the 47, I believe that's Zach Hamlin. I'm going to look here real quickly, but I think that's who it is. It is indeed Zach Hamlin, who has retired from the race. Jacob Rodriguez and Pichu London right there. There he is in the 5. They are 1 lap down right now. Let's give you a look at the guys on the lead lap, though, where they're running right now. John Dillon leads. Corey Williams runs in 2nd. 3rd right now is Trent Dunham. Jacob Lawler is 4th, and 5th is Matthew Rodriguez. 6th is Timmy Pacioli. 7th is Mike Flanagan. Then it's Jacob Cook in 8th. 9th is Johnny Gardner. 10th is Sean Gallagher. Stephen Dillon's up to 11th. His teammate in 12th, that's Callum Wales. Alex Filter runs 13th. 14th is Stephen Coy. Robert Ban is 15th. 16th is Kurt Gibson. Then it's Alex Ban in 17th, and Christian Johns runs in 18th. As we mentioned, 19th and 20th are Jacob Rodriguez and Pichu London. They are 1 lap down. So we'll get ready to go back under green on lap 6. Green flag returns, and we are back underway. And apparently Jacob Rodriguez and Pichu London are pretty much up to speed as far as their trucks go. They're trying to get past the John Dillon machine, but Dillon's going to use the drafting help from Corey Williams to slide down in front of those 2 lap cars, and he'll hold on to the top spot. There's Matthew Rodriguez back there trying to make his way past Pichu London. He is on the lead lap, as is Pacioli, who is behind him, and Mike Flanagan, who is behind Pacioli. Boy, things are kind of tight back there. Boy, that's scary. Oh, and they're wrecking. They all are wrecking back there. There were about 10 cars up on that high side there. Caution will wave. Pacioli may have been one of those I saw up there. Not certain. We'll see. As they come down, get the caution flag. Who's involved? There's Alex Ban. He definitely got a piece of it. Stephen Dillon looks like he was involved. Christian Johns was in it. There's Matthew Rodriguez and Timmy Pacioli. We were just talking about them. They get caught up in it. And possibly those guys just ahead of them, Mike Flanagan and Trent Dunham. And Jacob Lawler, our pole sitter. He's involved. There's Jacob Cook. He's gotten a piece of it as well. So the caution waves. John Dillon is still the leader. Let's see what we're under the caution for the 2nd time today. Well, I think this starts with Mike Flanagan turning Timmy Pacioli heading here into turn 3. Let's see if the 33 does indeed turn the 73. Right there. Yep, he does. Matthew Rodriguez, Trent Dunham, Jacob Lawler, and Jacob Cook. Nothing that they could do. They're caught up in it. Look at Galligan along with the 7 car and the 18 making his way underneath. And then it's not going to be over. Someone's going to come in. Oh, Pacioli going to make some contact right there with the 17. The 17's going to go up and slap the outside wall. That's John Dillon's younger brother, Steven. So it looks like maybe a 6-7 car incident here. But where's Jacob Cook? Somehow, oh, right there. Oh, we got nailed by Alex Ban and Christian Johns. Oh man, that 10 car having a hard hit right there. So did the 30, and so did the 14, really. Look at that, no front end on Alex Ban machine. Same for Jacob Cook, no front. Wow. Let's go back and see if we can sort this all out. Well, this was underneath the caution flag. Watch this. Steven Dillon's going to get rear-ended by Trent Dunham. Dunham's going to get rear-ended by the 33 of Mike Flanagan. Timmy Pacioli then is going to get into Flanagan, and then Matthew Rodriguez gets into Pacioli. So all 5 of those trucks have some pretty extensive damage to themselves, and I don't know if they're going to be able to continue or not with the damage. Let's go and now look at the green flag and see if they have returned to the racetrack. But tough break for quite a few of these drivers. It was just coming down, and they got caught up behind a slower car and weren't able to slow up quick enough. Well, we'll get ready. We'll go back under the green flag. As you can see, there's lap 10 of 20 on the board, and so we'll be going back to green on lap 11, which means there will be less than 10 laps to go. So the lap cars there, Jacob Rodriguez and Pichu London, they are going to line up second and third there, but they are still 1 lap down. John Dillon is the leader. Jacob Rodriguez is 15th right now, 1 lap down. Pichu London is 16th, 1 lap down. Second position right now goes to Corey Williams. Johnny Gardner runs in third. Fourth is Sean Galligan, and fifth is Callum Wales. Alex Filter, he was caught up in that first wreck, and he's up to 6th. 7th is Stephen Coy. 8th right now is Kurt Gibson. Robert Ban runs in 9th. Timmy Pacioli, without his front, is running in 10th. That's incredible. Trent Dunham, he's running in 11th. 12th right now is Mike Flanagan. 13th is our pole sitter Jacob Lawler, and Steven Dillon is 14th. So all 5 of those cars that we saw caught up there having troubles woeing up under the caution flag, they have returned to the racetrack, even though they are damaged, but they're trying to get the best finish they can possibly get. Well, it seems like this whole race so far has pretty much been all John Dillon. He's led just about every lap we've had here. He's fought his way up to the front after starting in the 5th position, and right now the 99's looking pretty racy, and he's got 2 lap cars between himself and second place Corey Williams as he'll get ready to come down and take the green flag. It is out. And we are back underway. You have to wonder if Jacob Rodriguez and Pichu London might try teaming up, trying to draft by John Dillon, and then if a caution comes out, they'd be back on the lead lap. We don't have the wave around here in this series. They're going 3 wide there, though. Looks like Johnny Gardner going to use that inside momentum, along with, that's the 18 car of Callum Wales, helping him past Corey Williams. That's for 2nd and 3rd. And I'm really surprised with Alex Filter. I mean, come on, this guy was caught up in the first wreck, and he's driving the wheels off that thing and running in the top 10 right now. Dillon about to get some company. It's the lap car of Jacob Rodriguez, and then it's going to be Johnny Gardner making the move there, along with Sean Galligan. Galligan's moved his way up nicely there in that 77. And it looks like he'll get caught behind the lap car of Jacob Rodriguez. But remember, Rodriguez is running up to speed with the rest of these race cars. The other lap car that we saw there, Pichu London, he's slipped to the back of this pack. But Galligan, he wants by Jacob Rodriguez badly. And Johnny Gardner wants by John Dillon for the lead. Will he put a move here on the backstretch? No move as of yet. Look at Jacob Rodriguez, and here comes Johnny Gardner. To the inside comes the Johnny Gardner machine. Underneath of John Dillon, they are 3 wide further back. Corey Williams starting to make his way back up to the front. Now it is Johnny Gardner with the lead. A battle now between teammates, Sean Galligan and John Dillon. That's for 2nd. Oh, Galligan gets in, and Jacob Rodriguez almost turns him, and Rodriguez somehow saves it. Oh my goodness, how did Jacob Rodriguez save that thing? And he almost turned right up into Corey Williams. Oh, hang on to it, guys. Galligan getting drafting help from Kurt Gibson. Alex Filter also down there. Robert Ban, he was caught up in the first wreck, and he's starting to move his way back up to the front in that orange truck. And here comes Galligan. Oh, man, did he get a run off into turn 3, but he's not able to make the move on the 7 car this time. Johnny Gardner able to keep the 77 in his rearview mirror. Jacob Rodriguez there. He's still hanging there. Kurt Gibson, he's right there in fourth. Or actually, no, he's running in third because Jacob Rodriguez is a lap down. Here comes Galligan to the inside. But Jacob Rodriguez is going to try and make it 3 wide. Wow, a lap car. If he could get a caution right now, he needs a caution right this moment. Will he get one? It doesn't look like it. They seem to have settled out. Whoa! He almost got one right there. Kurt Gibson almost got turned off the back, or off the nose of Alex Filter, and now Filter, along with Band. These two guys were involved in the lap 1 wreck, and they are running up here. Oh, wreck back there! Kurt Gibson! Sean Galligan got a piece of it as well. And it looks like Filter's going to lead him down to the stripe with Robert Band. There's the wreck. Oh, Kurt Gibson. What a shame. There's Galligan. I know he got a piece of it. Crosses the stripe in 9th, though. And I think Jacob Rodriguez there in the 09. I think he got a piece of that wreck as well. The Zaxby's Ford. And he was running up at the front. Even though he was a lap down, he was trying to get back on the lead lap. And I don't think that's going to happen for him. Let's see why we're under the caution flag. Well, the question is, where does the contact come from? Is it Johnny Gardner who turns Kurt Gibson? Yeah, right there. He tapped him. And up the racetrack he goes. And look at Sean Galligan just caught in that high line. Nowhere for him to go. And the 51 of Kurt Gibson, the 09 of Jacob Rodriguez, and the 77 of Sean Galligan all find the wall in turn 4. And I don't know, we may end up having a green-white checker to decide this race. Let's find out. And that will indeed be the case. A green-white checkered to decide the race here today at Daytona. Here's the way they'll line up for the restart. Alex Filter leads. Robert Band is up to 2nd. Stephen Coy runs in 3rd. It's incredible. These front 3, if I'm not mistaken, all 3 of them were caught up in that lap 1 wreck. Johnny Gardner runs in 4th, and John Dillon still there in 5th. Corey Williams runs in 6th. 7th is Callum Wales. 8th is one lap down in 14th. That's P2 London. Jacob Rodriguez, he's 1 lap down in 15th position. Jacob Lawler, our pole sitter, he's moved his way back up to 8th. 9th is Sean Galligan, and Trent Dunham runs in 10th. And 11th is Mike Flanagan. Timmy Pacioli, still without his front end, is still running in the 12th position. And Stephen Dillon completes the rest of the field. He is running in 13th position. So we've only got 15 cars still on the racetrack. 10 of them have gone back to the garage area. We've had 3 wrecks, I believe, 3 cautions. 2 of them were for really bad incidents. A lot of drivers receiving hard hits in both of them. One occurred on lap 1, and I believe the other one occurred on lap 6. And then our last one occurred on lap 13. But the drivers that were involved in that, Jacob Rodriguez, Sean Galligan, and Kurt Gibson, they have all returned to the racetrack, I believe. Or has Kurt retired? Yes, he has retired. Okay, so Kurt Gibson has retired from the race, but Galligan and Jacob Rodriguez, the other 2 who were involved, they are still on the racetrack. So it's going to be Alex Filter, Robert Band, Stephen Coy, Johnny Gardner, and John Dillon to finish it off here today. Green-white checkered at Daytona. Who's going to win? Green flag is out. Now these guys, they have to come around and get the white flag. If they do not get the white flag, the race will end under caution if a wreck occurs. If a wreck does not occur until after we cross the start-finish line, then the race will be raced back to the line, and the race will end under green. Well, Filter, he may have some company in the form of Stephen Coy, and he's going to. The 16th coming into turn 3 with a full head of steam, but no drafting help. Here comes some drafting help in the form of Callum Wales. And Corey Williams. Oh, they get together! Oh, boy! Oh, that was close! Stephen Coy, the leader, almost gets turned. Come on, guys, get to the stripe. Looks like they're going to. They do get to the stripe. They've made it. Oh, there's a wreck! Filter's gotten a piece of it. Callum Wales gets turned. John Dillon makes his way around. So does Jacob Lawler. This is a race to the stripe. These guys have one more lap. The caution is out, but these guys are racing to the stripe as Corey Williams, around the outside, has taken the lead from Stephen Coy. Filter runs, I believe, in the third position. Yes, he does indeed. Oh my goodness, here we go. Into turn 3, can Stephen Coy get up to Corey Williams and battle for the win? Corey Williams could be on his way to his first win in the MFNPRA Coca-Cola Truck Series. Off turn 4 for the final time. Coy and Filter try and get some momentum going, but it won't be enough. It's going to be Corey Williams picking up his first win here at Daytona. Wow, these guys, they just barely made it across the start-finish line before that wreck occurred. But Corey Williams is the one that's going to go to victory lane. Stephen Coy will get credited for second, Alex Filter third, John Dillon will take fourth, and fifth position is going to be Johnny Gardner. Wow, let's go back and see why we're under the caution, and then we'll look at the finishing results. Well, there they are crossing the start-finish line, which meant that the race would end under green now if a wreck occurred, and here's the wreck. Johnny Gardner turning Alex Filter down and into the 18 of Callum Wales. What a shame for the 18 car. Running so well. Jacob Lawler gets turned there as well. Somehow he rights it though, keeps it straight. But then here comes someone into the picture. Who is that? Is that Galligan? Yeah, Galligan makes some contact with the 18, and then the 18 is going to come right up. Trent Dunham, absolutely nowhere to go. Right there. Oh, wow! What a shot. And the 18 car almost flips over. Oh, look at that. He almost flips over twice and still manages to stay on its wheels. Look at Timmy Pacioli moving by with no hood. That's the second of the 3 Team Tahoe trucks that finds problems, and it happens here on the final lap to Callum Wales. So here's the finishing order. Corey Williams with the win. Stephen Coy held on to that race car, didn't have it spin out on him, but still was unable to get the win. He finishes in second, though. Alex Filter, who got caught up in that first lap wreck, still manages to finish in third. John Dillon fourth, and Johnny Gardner in fifth. Robert Bann in sixth. Seventh, Jacob Lawler. Mike Flanagan finishes eighth. How about Timmy Pacioli? A top 10 for a guy who had no front end on his race car. Finishes in the 9th position, and Sean Galligan will finish the day in 10th. Stephen Dillon finishes 11th. Callum Wales finishes out of this race, but he still finishes in 12th. Trent Dunham finishes in 13th. One lap down was Pichu London, finishes 14th. One lap down and 15th is Jacob Rodriguez. And these race cars retired out of the race. Kurt Gibson, also Matthew Rodriguez, Jacob Cook, Christian Johns, Alex Bann, Zahor Manood, Tom Weekly, Zach Hamlin, Jack Richards, and Ken Johnson. Let's take a look now at the point standings. Well, here they are. Corey Williams is going to have a 10-point advantage over a 3-way tie for second between Stephen Coy, Alex Filter, and John Dillon. Then it's going to be another 10 points back to 5th place Johnny Gardner. Robert Bann is 6th. Jacob Lawler will be 7th. Mike Flanagan 8th. Timmy Pacioli 9th. And Sean Galligan in 10th. 46 points separating the top 10 right now. And you can take a look and see where you are if I haven't mentioned your name here in the point standings. And there's the rest of the finishing or of the standings. If you guys really need some good finishes when we head to the next race, which is going to be at, yep, you guessed it, The Rock, Rockingham, North Carolina, for race number 2. Hope you'll tune in for that. You've been watching a production of the MFNPRA Coca-Cola Truck Series.